Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Lacey.
Do I usually say that for Friendoville, though?
No.
I just say, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to back to the channel.
Right.
All right, well, it's time for Ask Steve and Lacey.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a great question because I totally agree with it.
Okay,
Marvell asks, Marvell's got a great last name, Salisbury.
Salisbury, like Salisbury steak.
Like a steak. What are some of your guys' exercise/dieting tips?
That's the first question you go with?
Or tricks you use to stay healthy? He says y'all look amazing for your undisclosed ages. So we're both early 40s.
Yep.
So you do look really good for your age. I think I look of age. I think I look like an out of shape early 40s guy. But then you see people like in the 70s in their early 40s and they look like in their early 60s. So I feel like altogether I look okay.
You look like a 2021 40s person, not a 1978 version of somebody in their 40s.
But I don't look like a 2020s mid 30s guy.
Yes.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's all these lines on my face. It's because I like laughing.
No, you know what? I told you to use
I use stuff every single day. You're going to poke yourself in the eye.
Can I show everybody this drawing?
Bama did that.
It says love.
It says love. Dude, here's the thing. We are on a constant journey of trying to get healthier and in better shape.
Yep.
Lacey does have a very stringent face cleansing routine, which has, I think, kept her looking young. I just use some face wash to try to keep the pimples away because in my early 40s I still get pimples.
Yeah, no, I totally wash my face, and I could be drinking and impaired and I still know to go wash my face off.
Yeah.
And put my face cream on.
Yeah.
Since I was in high school.
Okay, this question is actually just Ask Steve. It's from Name.
Well, why are you answering it?
You might have some insight. This is from Name Lee's on Fire. Name Lay is on. I don't know. It says, I have a crush on a girl at work who so happens to have a kid. Oh, that's why you're brought into it. Okay. Do you have any thoughts about not pursuing Lacey because of her kids? Oh, did I ever have any thoughts? Did it not matter to you? I like this girl and I think she likes me too. I'm just not sure if I'm ready for that, even though I'm thinking way ahead. It's a tricky situation to get into. When I was told that Lacey has not one, not two, but 3 kids, I did hesitate for a moment, but the caveat was,
You get to hang out with me every day.
No.
Oh.
I mean, that's turned out good. But back when I met you and I found out that you had kids, I had come back home here to Sacramento to help my sister raise her kid.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law had passed away. And so I brought my own kid sort of to the equation. And so I was like, well, you know what? I'm basically going to be a family guy anyway, so that's not as much a disqualifier.
And one of my kids were the same age.
Yeah, right.
And they were both girls and they played all the time and they're we call them sister cousins now.
So that worked really well. If it might have been a bit more on my mind if I wasn't in that situation. But I mean, after our first date, I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'm in. We had such a good time on the first date. I was like, all right, I'll just feel this out. And then, when I met our kids and they were really good and everything, I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep on going with this until, there are other red flags or whatever. And those never popped up. Not until much later. When she was like, I want to quit my job. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That was last week.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten into this.
That was 12 years in.
So
has it been 12 years?
Yeah, it's been 12 years.
Yeah, it's 12 years in. I think I did pretty good.
So, I mean, just know that, yes, you are taking on more responsibility when, and I don't even mean the day-to-day stuff. I mean, there is an emotional heft that goes with being like a father figure to somebody else's kid. Like it's a responsibility that you have to take seriously. This isn't just some fling. This is going to be a heavy thing. If you decide to dive into it and things work out well, that's going to be kind of a big deal. Also, like I find that single parents, they generally have higher priority. Like you can't fool around as much. Like if you're single and you don't have any kids, like whatever, like you're not doing anything anyways. If you have kids, like you have to make time for another person. You have to fit that person into your life. Like that's an important thing.
Yeah. And like they have to be pretty important to you to make that time because you don't have that much like alone time or whatever.
So I don't know. Do you want to add anything else to
Nope.
that? No? Okay. So yeah, it is something to definitely tread lightly with. Let's see here. This is a good one from JC Zephyr. What is the best advice or quote you ever received that you always keep in mind? Is there a piece of advice that you take to heart?
No. I mean, I can't think of anything. I know there is. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of anything.
You know, Dodo, my dad.
Yeah.
He would always give really good advice packaged in a way that made me feel like I was an asshole and I didn't want to follow it. So, for example, oh, Steven, you don't want to use credit cards. You're going to get so much interest. I never do that. I never pay interest. Well, that makes me want to do credit cards. He told me that when I was a lot younger, and then I got into credit card debt.
Right. Yep.
You shouldn't move from where you are. You should always live close to your work. What are you doing? That's actually good advice. I would definitely suggest anybody, if you're working,
but
live
it's his
close to your job.
approach.
But he makes me sound like he makes me feel like it. He always used to give me advice that was good, but would make me feel like an asshole if I didn't even consider it. And so I would want to not take his advice.
Right.
The best advice I've ever had, those are good ones. Credit cards are terrible because especially these days, interest rates are up to like 30%.
Right.
I would say this. Like, I forget even who said this, but I was reading in an interview once with like a comic book artist who was like a self-publisher. Mm-hmm. And they said the best piece of advice that they ever got was, I think, from the comic book artist Frank Miller. And he said, don't put your money into self-publishing comic books, buy a house. A house is a great investment. And I agree with that 100%. And I wish that somebody had told me that ages and ages and ages ago, because I would have taken that money that I was spending on publishing comic books and when I put it into buying a house earlier than I eventually did. Buy a house.
Yeah, but you regret publishing your books? You're still selling them.
I would have gone about it. Yeah, that's true. I would have gone about publishing a different way had I really thought about it. I wouldn't have been as ambitious as I was. I would have picked and chose my spots a bit better.
Oh, I see.
Let's see here. Caleb asks, what are your favorite memories together?
Like, what are our favorite memories? I don't know. All our vacations. Those were pretty fun. Like, all our LA trips.
Yeah, those were fun.
And the Harmony Ridge. All those were fun. Harmony
Ridge was fun. Some of my favorite memories with you is when you and I would go when we'd have little adventures, like when we did LA for like the Inside Gaming Awards. And
that
we were
was fun.
Going around with other people, to just sort of being you and I together in a group of other people and watching all the weird.
My favorite was the bar in LA.
Yeah.
And it was like some of these people that were in there, it was open mic night. Mm-hmm. And some of the people in there either used to be someone and now they're like really older, like 60s.
Yeah. It was like a dive bar next to...
Yeah. Gosh, what was it called?
I want to say it was Cantor's Deli.
Yeah,
I think it was Cantor's Deli. I think. And there was like a dive bar right next to it, like attached to it. If I'm
and
not
there was like
mistaken.
another girl that had like her demo tape in her backpack and she was a little off. And then there was like another guy that came in and he wasn't going on the open mic. He just came in, but I know he was like, used to be part of a band because when he came in, all like the regular people were like all excited that he was there. Mm-hmm. And it was just the coolest people watching thing. Like I want to do that again.
Was it the Kibitz room? Maybe it was this place. I wonder if this was the place. Maybe it was the Kibitz room. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. LA is a great place for people watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was like some super old dude that walked in and everybody like basically like started clapping for him. And we were like, we have no idea who this guy is.
Who he is.
But that's cool. He's probably somebody. He probably did something cool back in the day.
I know. And then there was like this girl who was like, this lady who was like, had to be 60 something, like pushing 70, but like dressed like you would dress now, but like rock, like a stage outfit.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And
she went around working the room, like talking to people.
It was like a bunch of people who, it was like number one, a bunch of like younger, like hipster types, but then also like older people who never stopped living in the 1980s or 1970s even.
That are trying to still get their big break.
Yeah.
Like they're still going at it.
Yeah, it's
after
crazy.
all these years. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's how I imagine NPCs in video games end up. Well, like, who are these people just populating? They all have their own hopes and dreams, don't they?
Right.
But they just keep in perpetuity being non-playable characters.
Right, that's them. That was that whole bar.
Yeah, it was. Let's see here. Arthur Lyons, what's a hobby or thing you wish you had time or energy or money to get into?
Well, I do my jewelry.
Yeah, but you're into
And
that.
it's
Is there anything that you're not into? That
It's at lacegems.com. And
Yes.
you can see it, and that's
Yes,
my hobby.
Correct.
No, anything that I would like to do other than that. I don't know. I like reading. Like I don't have time for it. I buy books. They're sitting there. I want to read them. They seemed interesting, but I don't have time to read them.
Yeah. I want to make comic books, but I don't have now that I've done more on Friendoville, I don't have time to do comic books, but
Yeah.
I need to because like I want to sell more stuff at my shop, which is mfshophere.com.
I like that we did that.
Yeah, dude. Christopher Epperson, who would be a better player on Price is Right?
Price is Right, me.
Why?
I don't know because I shop and I know like
All right,
what
let me
things.
ask you
Oh
how much
no!
this microwave oven is.
Now, okay, what is it? What's the brand?
This is a Hamilton Beach.
Hamilton Beach. It's probably 56.
I'm going to say this is $30. $30.
You just looked at it.
You're right. Ding, 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 ding.
Stupid. If you was Emerson, I would have said like 28. Like Emerson.
All right, yeah, I didn't know you were such a Rain Man of fucking electronics.
No, I'm not.
I guess you win.
I know how to do shopping. So.
That was great. Jose Rodriguez, if you could be an animal for a day, where's Gypsy Bug? Oh, you can see her butt back there. There she is.
Oh, I love her.
Jep. If you could be an
She's
animal
over
for
us.
a day, she is. What animal would you be?
I would either be a bear or I'd be a cheetah. Because cheetahs run really fast. That seems fun. And then a bear, you could go jack people. You could just like scare the heck out of them. It would be great.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't it be fun?
I would want to be a vulture.
Ew.
You get to fly and scare people
And eat
also.
dead stuff?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Ew. Like you're
Or a bird of some sort. Just not I'd be a bird.
I would shoot.
Fly
I would
around.
eat you. I would eat
You couldn't.
you.
I'm in the sky. Bears can't fly.
Bear, I would get
Don't
you.
be ridiculous. Bears can't fly. What the heck? Great question. Gaming Guy. When was the last time you cried at a movie? You cry at
I cry at every movie.
You cry at TikToks.
I cry at TikToks. I cry at like series episodes, like randomly on Shameless when I feel bad for people.
I cried at the end of WandaVision when she said goodbye to Vision.
Oh yeah.
And she said goodbye to her kids.
Yeah, that was super sad.
That got me big time.
What was the other one that you cried at? I don't know. You've cried at some.
I cry a bunch. Yeah. I like crying at movies.
Yeah. It's different than real life. Like, I don't just cry at real life stuff. Yeah. I cry at weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, he'll come in and he's like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a TikTok."
Yeah, I'm like, it's a TikTok. And it's that dude, Bentelect.
No, it's not. He makes me laugh. I like him.
It's that annoying guy who talks great things about California. That guy is irritating, by the way.
Oh, no, I love him.
He's so irritating.
It's great because he's like a jerk guy, but it's great.
He's got the most condescending
Yeah,
voice.
that's the point.
I thought he was going to be funnier, like...
No, it's like the point of like... He's like being rude because it's like condescending, like you're dumb for saying that.
Yeah.
That's the whole gig.
That's the gig.
You always do that. You always say the last thing that I say.
I just got to move on. Juan asks, Lacey, since you're watching these death matches, what would you make Steve do that he doesn't like? You don't like watching the death matches? Really?
I would make him watch like old movies with me.
I like movies.
Yeah, but like ones you don't like the romantic movies, like Mrs. Hamilton and stuff like that.
Mrs. Hamilton? Which one's that?
I think Warren Beatty's in it. It's with Vivian Leigh.
I'd be down for like old movies.
You wouldn't? Would you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
No, you are very specific on the stuff that you like. And so you're not going to watch it with me.
If it's an old, like, weird romance, then maybe I would.
I don't know.
Like, I'm not going to watch the
Let's watch Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's like a long commitment. I only have you watch death matches for like 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, but they're like traumatizing. Like,
oh, this is great.
Like, I can't unsee that.
Kay Shaw, favorite thing to get at a Mexican restaurant? What's your favorite thing to get?
I always get a chili relleno with beans and rice.
I like cheese enchiladas.
Can we go?
No, man.
Can we DoorDash?
Remember Marvel's thing? We can't, dude. This weekend we can. We can't today. We have to be good.
I know. I already have the chicken.
You have the chickens already out. Let's see here. We'll finish up with this. Jose Alaguna tells us, give each other underwhelming superpowers.
Underwhelming. You always have your car clean.
Oh, that'd be tight.
It's underwhelming though. You're like, what is your superpower? I always have my car clean.
So your superpower is you can fly no
better.
more than 2 feet off the ground.
So I'm just hovering. I just go.
Ideally,
man, I'm changing yours. Yours is
ideally like Superman status. So you're like this, but the ground is right here.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to change mine. You can run fast, but only for 2 minutes.
And then what's my window for when I can run fast again?
An hour.
Oh man, so I can go like, but then I have to.
But only for 2 minutes.
How fast do I get like?
Not like the
speed?
Flash. Like slower.
Usain Bolt.
Sure.
I think his top speed is like 30 miles an hour, which is still really fast.
Yeah, like that. Okay. But only for 2 minutes.
So I can make it to Winco.
Yeah. And then you have to wait an hour and run home. That's
terrible. I don't like that at all. All right, anyways, that's going to do it. Hey, if you guys want to check out some awesome jewelry, you go to lacegems.com.
Yep.
If you want to check out some really old, dusty comic books, go to mfshophere.com. Give this video a thumbs up, sub to the channel. You got any last words?
Nope. Just have a good week, everyone.
Yeah, it's WrestleMania weekend. Oof.
Oof.
Tough.